What's up YouTube, welcome back, and let's get back into this eyebrow video. So first we start off by slapping on the 316, and we're gonna make the eyebrow shorter. That way when we start doing our carving, the hairs are small enough so the design can pop, because if the hairs are too long, it's gonna be really difficult for you to actually do the design. Make sure that your client has thick eyebrows, because you cannot do this with someone that has thin brows. So we're gonna do the money sign on his eyebrow, and right now I'm gonna look for the thickest part of the eyebrow. That way I can do a straight line, and the line, we're gonna use it to guide us to where we're gonna place the S. That way it can come out as symmetrical as possible. Alright, so now looking for the thickest part. It looks like it's around here. For the rest of the video, just grab your pluckers and imagine a S around the initial line we made. That way the line is going to help us be super symmetrical. And imagine a S and literally pluck hair by hair until you have that nice S around it. And at the end of the whole process, we're going to grab our ink, our dye, which I'm using Kiss Express Jet Black. And we're going to dye the rest of the hairs. That way the actual S pops and makes it look extra crisp. We can do it with the long hairs without using any dye, but it's gonna be super hard. So it's actually better if you trim down the hairs and then dye it, because either way the dye is gonna stay there for a couple days. Some eyebrows are gonna have some weird patterns, like the hair grows in different directions, and when I encounter those type of problems, then I go back to my clipper and start carving in instead of using the plucker, because it makes it easier for me to shave down those hairs that are growing in a weird pattern. For example, in this area right here, the hairs are growing up, and it just makes it easier for me to get rid of those little hairs and then start plucking again. And I only use the corner of my machine because we're working in such a small area that you don't want to mess up by using the whole blade. So right there I use my machine, and now we're going back to the plucker. That way we get super precise with this design. And you have to be super tedious, because if you pluck the wrong hair, it can make the whole design look off. So make sure you concentrate and calculate what hair you want to take out. Like right here, you can tell I'm laser focused. The first time I did this design, I wasn't focused and I placed it in the wrong area of the eyebrow. But then I learned from my mistakes. I went back, analyzed it, and now we're here again doing the same eyebrow. Now when I went back and analyzed it, I figured all the little details that went into my error, and now we're fixing them. Alright, so like right here, I see some hairs are really long, so I picked them up with the plucker and I'm trimming them with the scissors. That way it doesn't look too bushy. So we're doing a bunch of little details, and at the end of my design, I'm gonna take a picture with my camera and I'm gonna zoom in. That way I can see all the details super close up, because I feel like with the naked eye You can get that close, but when you take a picture and you zoom in, you could actually see all the little details. And right here we're using the Kiss Express, coloring the design in, that way it gives it that extra pop. And I'm shaving the rest of the eyebrow, that way it gives it a nice shape and it looks super presentable. I'm getting all the hairs around it, that way it looks nice and sharp. And right here I'm working on those little details, that way the S looks nice and crisp and symmetrical all around. Eric's always being goofy. So right here's where I take the picture, then I zoom in and I see all the little details I still need to work, that way I can make this design perfect. Hope you guys like the finished product, and if you guys learned something, please subscribe, share it, and like it. Peace out.